She's the manager of Royal Hawaiian, and she's been with Royal Hawaiian for 5 years already. She's gonna speak to you about love your work and the company. She's Chelsea Shibuya.
Hi again. Okay, so my name is Chelsea. I'm a little nervous, but it's okay. I recently got promoted to the district manager at both locations. So I'm now managing Alana and Royal. So it's fun. So thank you guys. So today I'll be talking to you guys about loving your working company. Before I do, I wanted to just take a few minutes to thank John Sue in office for putting this all together. Also for Joey and Christy for letting me come here again. And my staff back at home, because without them I wouldn't be here. I'm honored to have the opportunity to be here on stage to speak again. It's my favorite thing to do. No, but really I do get nervous. I'm actually going to share with you something a little embarrassing to myself and something very personal. The reason why I'm sharing it with you is because I want everybody to learn and to grow more. I'm very thankful for what happened, because if it didn't, I wouldn't be here standing in front of all of you. Have you ever heard the saying, when you love what you do, you'll never work another day in your life? So how many of you think this is true? Raise your hands. Okay, good. So I don't just believe this is true, but I know this is true. When you have passion for what you do, and you know the purpose and meaning of why you do what you do, your heart is grateful and you're happy. I want to take you all back in time with me. I know everyone here has their own story. Everyone here has many beautiful memories, happy moments, and experiences, but I also know many of you have experienced struggle and sorrow. I first started with SOHO 5 years ago in 2009. I was 18 years young, just finishing my first year of college. At the time I was at SOHO, I decided to put my education on pause because I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. While working at SOHO, I had 2 other jobs, but nothing felt as good as working at SOHO. It just felt like home. I felt so much love for my job, and I just knew that I wanted to become a SOHO operator one day. That became my dream. As time went by, and Christy let me become more independent, we went from being the top location at Royal Hawaiian to like number 10. This is when she was first pregnant with Avery. I always had like someone there, so because she left, it was a little bit more difficult for me to do it on my own because I was so used to having someone there. I have to move my feet. I felt like we went from like number 1 to like number 10. And I know to some of you it may not have been like such a big deal, but because the expectation was set on such a high standard, I started to doubt myself, and I thought that I couldn't do it. I lost confidence in myself, and I felt really confused. I questioned myself a lot. How could you go from being number 1 to number 10? How could your sales decrease so much? I'm sorry for crying. What am I doing wrong? I was so focused on everything negative that was happening. I didn't think of anything positive about myself. At the time, I was in a relationship that wasn't healthy. I also had the wrong people in my life. I had people that also doubted me, didn't believe in me, and kept questioning me. Also questioning my bosses. I also had a hard time communicating with my owners as far as what I was going through. I didn't want to be seen as someone who was weak and couldn't handle the situation. I tried to do it on my own, but I struggled. I went through my ups and downs in life with my job, my relationship, my friends, my family, and myself. I really dug myself into a hole, and I couldn't get out of it. So last year in September, Christy and Joe finally took over on Moana, and that was their dream. I found myself again struggling to do it without them. At the time, I was a little unhappy with what was going on in my life. I really wanted to go to Moana instead of staying at Royal, and Joe and Christy gave me the opportunity to go. However, I knew that for the business, it was better for me to stay at Royal. Around the ending of October, I ended my 7-year relationship, and that was one of the hardest things for me to do. I was still really unhappy. I really lost myself in who I was. I didn't know the meaning of life or what my purpose was. I had lost that girl who loved SOHO so much. I lost myself. Don't get me wrong, I kept trying to have a positive outlook, but because there was such sorrow and grief in my heart, it's like nothing mattered, and I didn't care. Around March of this year, I lost a lot of staff and also my good friends. This is why, for me personally, as far as my relationship with my workers, at the time, they were more like my friends. And because they ended up staying for me, once they left, I really felt like I lost everything. So that's why I think like the relationship is good to be close, but at the same time, good to be a little bit separate. Anyways, my heart felt really empty and very lonely. I felt like no matter what I did for people, it was never good enough. I always kept a smile on my face, even though I was so unhappy. I was in such an unhappy place that I didn't know how unhappy I became. I also put others before myself, and that's just like the type of person I am. I wanted everybody to be happy. So one day, or should I say one night, out of the blue, I started crying, and I voiced to Christy and Joe about how unhappy I was at SOHO. And I wasn't sure if I was going to stay or leave. At the time, honestly, I was leaning more towards leaving. I literally had one foot in the door and one foot out. I wasn't sure if I was making the right decision as far as leaving. I remember telling Joe and Christy how I didn't want to disappoint them. And I cried a lot, like a really big baby. A part of me felt like I wanted to leave because I was so unhappy. And I thought it was because of my job. But Joe and Christy helped me and made me realize that it wasn't my job that I disliked. It was the circumstances that I was in and the other things I was going through. They asked me, "Do you like what you do?" I replied, "Yes and no." "Do you want to own a SOHO?" I said, "I don't know." And keep in mind, this is when I was in my hole. "If you're able to get a SOHO in Disney, would you want that?" I said, "I don't know." And I love Disney. And they know that. They asked me, "Do you like doing hair?" I said, "Yes." They also asked me, "What do I enjoy the most about this job, or in general?" I said, "Helping people." They worked with me to figure things out so that I could find myself and my own happiness. I was focused on helping everyone else except for myself. I wanted everyone else to be happy, so I sacrificed my happiness. And honestly, to this day, I am very thankful to both of you, Joe and Christy. Because without you guys, I wouldn't even be the person I am today. You have made me into the person I am now, and I'm happy that you've guided me and never gave up on me, like how I gave up on myself. I don't know how I could ever repay you guys. I really love you guys, and I really feel like I'm technically your oldest daughter. Thank you for not letting me make the biggest mistake of my life. I am pleased to inform all of you that this is my happy beginning. I found, thank you. I found, I found the girl who had once loved SOHO. I can't even see my, if you ever go through something like what I've gone through or worse, always remember to stick it out and always have faith. Remember to never give up and keep fighting. Now, when people ask me, do you enjoy your job? I can honestly say, I love my job. I love my job because the endless possibilities. I love my job because I get to meet people and help a million different people all over the world, from my customers to my staff. I love my job because it makes me happy. When people ask me, why do you work so much? I work a lot because I'm working towards my future. I'm working towards my dreams. I'm working towards my goals. I'm working to help others. I'm working towards a better future together with Christy and Joe. I'm working towards building a better and stronger SOHO with all of you. I'm working towards building a better life for myself. And one of the biggest lessons I learned was to stop putting others before myself, because in the end, I suffered. If you notice, I did talk a lot about myself, but there is no I in team. Without the support from the right people, like what John and the pastor said about having the three and the bonds, that's really important. And I honestly feel that way too. So yeah, again, I just want to tell you guys thank you. You know, like I know you came down, Sue and John came down for a little bit and just stopped over to Hawaii to come home. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to do so and to help me also. And Bo, thank you for texting me as well. I'm like, wow, it travels fast. But I wouldn't again be here if it wasn't for you guys. So I have a question. What is your purpose in life? Do you know what your purpose is? Because I know what mine is. I learned this through SOHO. I learned that SOHO gives me happiness because I'm able to not only help myself become a better person and grow more, but also to help inspire others and to help others like how Joe and Christy has done for me. I want to share with you, regardless of what happens in your life, you always need to remember what your purpose in life is. Never waver. Also, without struggle, you'll never find your strength. I'm happy that I found mine. Knowing that I had dug myself into a hole, I never want to do that again. Also, do you guys know how lucky you are? Do you know how fortunate you all are to be here today? This is not just any get-together. You're blessed with many Bill Gates, Albert Einsteins of the company. We are in the same room with the ones who started it all, to the ones that have brought us all here today. We're the presence of legends. Knowing that we are the future of SOHO, we are the ones to continue this legacy. SOHO is bigger than just a company that sells hair accessories and extensions. SOHO has helped many women and men all over the world. And I'm sure all of you guys feel the same way, otherwise you wouldn't be here. SOHO has helped many employees, whether it was from helping them pay for college, get a new car, right now, SOHO has helped many people. That is, SOHO helps those like me discover what the secret of happiness is. It's SOHO love. The love that you have for your company, the love that you have for God, the love that you have for yourself, the love that you have for your family, your friends, for each other. SOHO has transformed me into the person I am today. Without the support from Joe, Christy, John, Sue, and every single person I've come across throughout my journey in SOHO, I definitely wouldn't be the person I am. I couldn't be more thankful and grateful for the opportunity that I've been given. To think that about 3.5 years ago, at my first annual conference, when Bo asked someone that has never been to the conference to come up and introduce themselves, that I would be standing here again, talking to all of you. I never imagined that SOHO would transform my life the way it did. And I'm excited for all of you to see how it's going to transform yours. I'm an only child, growing up with my mom who raised me by herself. I grew up eating a lot of microwavable food. My mom was hardly home. And one day, I will buy her a house. And never did I imagine having the life I live now, and to know that it only gets better from here. Well, see, that's amazing, right? Because what kind of company gives you an opportunity like this? Only SOHO. Last but not least, why are people successful? Did you ever ask your owners? How are you so successful? No? Yes? Well, if not, ask them. Because they're your owners. You know, they're the ones that train you. So if you trust them and you love them and you want to know their secret and you want to be successful, then ask, because they're the best. Also, I feel like the reason why they're successful is because they're happy with what they have and are grateful every day. They never stress, don't waver, they're strong, positive, humble, giving. They enjoy and love what they do. So with that being said, when you love what you do, you'll never work another day in your life. And that's loving your job and company. So, thank you all.